Hey, you look good. That's some dress you got on there.
What? This old thing? Well, I only wear it when I don't care how I look.
When we think of the golden age of cinema, iconic movies and leading figures rightfully come to mind. But it was also a time when seductresses broke barriers with sultry scenes on camera. Here are the top 15 golden age actresses who filmed explicit scenes on screen. Number 15. Lena Nyman. Starting us off, we have the Scandinavian beauty Lena Nyman. Born on May 23, 1944 in Stockholm, Lena was a woman of many talents in the arts. As an actress and writer, she rose to fame with hits like Autumn Sonata and Ronja, the Robber's Daughter. But like many stars in the Golden Age, she entered the industry as a young talent, smashing her first role in 1955 at the age of 11. Her big break finally came in 1967 with I Am Curious, Yellow, and its sequel I Am Curious, Blue, the following year. However, it's safe to say that the prequel generated the most buzz, and not just for Lena's acting. I mean, yeah, she was great and even received the Best Actress in a Lead Role award for her performance at the 1967-1968 Goldbag Awards, the official ceremony for the Swedish film industry. But it was particularly her explicit scene on screen that had tongues wagging. And no, it wasn't because she was only 23 at the time of filming. You see, this Swedish film challenged American obscenity laws. It wasn't until 1969 that the Supreme Court ruled the film was not obscene enough due to its educational content, allowing it to be formally accepted. After that, Lena explored the world of stage acting, where she participated in several productions. She'd then co-star with Ingrid Bergman and Liv Ullmann in 1978's Autumn Sonata. In 2004, Lena was honored with the Royal Medal Litteris et Artibus, a Swedish royal distinction given to individuals who have made significant contributions to culture.
It's important to enjoy life while you still can.
Number 14. Helen Mirren. Remember how wild the industry was around 1969 to 1984? That 15-year period marked the golden age of, porno. Sexually explicit films were the order of the day, with movie critics, the general public, and even mainstream cinemas pouring positive admiration for the rising genre. Bob Guccione, founder of the adult magazine Penthouse, produced just one movie, the 1979 historical epic Caligula, which starred renowned actors like Peter O'Toole and Helen Mirren. Yes, Helen Mirren is one of the most iconic thespians of her era. However, while the production initially appeared to be straightforward, albeit sexy, take on Roman history, things took a crazy turn after its conclusion. When director Tito Brass left, Guccione returned to the set with a crew of Penthouse pets to shoot additional explicit scenes. And we're talking real hardcore crazy stuff. Helen Mirren, in particular, was basically unclad in multiple scenes, leaving little out of the imagination. The final film featured all of the wild stuff, much to the surprise of Brass, but did very well in Italian theaters before being confiscated by the authorities. It was too obscene to be left alone. That being said, it was a huge hit in America. Despite challenging many obscene laws, it grossed $23 million and became the highest-grossing independent film ever. But back to Helen Mirren. Although she became famous early in her career for nude scenes in movies like Caligula, she later admitted that she always hated doing sex scenes in every part of her life. The only exception was the notorious Caligula. Mirren confessed she didn't mind going naked in the 1979 erotic historical drama because everyone else was naked, and it would have been pretty weird if she was the only one putting clothing on. Number 13. Julie Christie. Renowned for her ethereal beauty and exceptional acting, Julie Christie remains one of the most popular women in Hollywood's golden age. But unlike many of her contemporaries, Christie's allure wasn't just skin deep. It was her profound talent and enigmatic presence that captivated audiences and critics alike. Her performances in films like Dr. Zhivago and Darling showcased not only her dramatic range, but also her ability to embody complex, multifaceted characters, making her one of the most cherished actresses of her generation. Alas, her most scandalous moment came when she and Donald Sutherland had sex on camera in 1973's Don't Look Now, Maybe. Before the movie ever came out, there was a lot of talk about the violent sex scene in the supernatural thriller, which seemed to be oral sex. It was so crazy that Nicholas Roeg had to even edit the sequence in a disjointed way just to get the movie an R rating in the US, a far cry from the X rating in England. Many years after the movie came out, rumors of the scene remained rampant. Some claimed that Christie's then-boyfriend Warren Beatty had pushed for the sexist scene to be removed from the movie, while others claimed that uncut video of the scene was circulating in Hollywood and showed them having sex. However, the enigma was seemingly solved in 2011 when former movie executive and Variety editor-in-chief Peter Bart wrote that the raunchy scene was more than just an act. They were actually having sex on camera. That solves it, right? Well, not so fast. Sutherland openly denied Bart's claim, saying that the sex was simulated and wouldn't lead to procreation.
Why don't you let me have a few minutes of fresh air?
Number 12, Viva. Born Janet Susan Mary Hoffman in New York, Viva emerged from a complex world of cultural and religious influences. As the eldest of 9 children in a devout Catholic community, she was steeped in a strict upbringing that combined German, Irish, English, and a touch of Italian heritage. Her father, a well-to-do lawyer, was a fervent religious devotee, while her mother idolized the Irish Catholic witch-finder General Joseph McCarthy, even making her children watch the infamous Army McCarthy hearings of 1954. But while you'd expect a woman of such a structured and conservative upbringing to be quite the conventional, Viva was having none of it. She rebelled and fought to make her own path, leading her to New York City's vibrant art scene, where she reinvented herself as Viva under the mentorship of Andy Warhol. This new identity marked the beginning of her journey as a boundary-pushing actress, and boy did she. In 1969, she became the first non-anonymous performer to perform an act of sexual intercourse on screen in Warhol's Blue movie. And yeah, it was as wild as you'd expect. There were a myriad of explicit scenes, including one where Viva and Walden performed unsimulated intercourse in front of the camera. On the one hand, Blue movie helped inaugurate the porno chic phenomenon in modern American culture. But on the other hand, I can't help but feel Viva got exploited. Warhol only agreed to Viva's appearance on the premise that she take off her blouse. In any case, the New York criminal court declared Blue movie to be obscene. The police seized the film, and the staff of the new Andy Warhol Garrick Theater were arrested for possessing obscene materials. Yikes! Number 11, Jennifer Aniston. Jennifer Aniston may not exactly be part of the vintage golden age, but hey, can we all agree she's been a beloved figure in Hollywood, capturing hearts with her charm, talent, and timeless beauty for so many decades? Best known for her role as Rachel Green on the iconic sitcom Friends, Aniston became a household name and a style icon during the show's decade-long run. Her portrayal of Rachel earned her numerous accolades, including a Primetime Emmy Award, and solidified her place in television history. Beyond Friends, however, Aniston has showcased her versatility in a variety of films, from romantic comedies to more dramatic roles. Her ability to navigate both comedic and serious roles has made her one of the most respected and enduring actresses of her generation. Alas, in a surprising and bold move, Aniston recently bared it all in a daring sex scene with Jon Hamm on The Morning Show on Apple TV+. In the scene, Aniston is seen lying naked on Hamm's back, a visual that left fans and critics talking. Subjectively speaking, it marked a significant departure from her previous roles and showcased her in a new light. It segued from the good girl into a steamier version of Aniston, further cementing her innate ability to slay any kind of role. But before you raise your eyebrows in surprise, you may want to see who we've got at number 8. You're not going to believe it. Number 10, Jessica Lange. Up next, we've got the unmistakable Jessica Lange, a woman who carved out an extraordinary career in the industry thanks to her incredible range and powerful performances. With a career spanning several decades, Lange captivated audiences with her roles in both film and television. Although her breakthrough role came with the 1979 remake of King Kong, it was her performances in films like Tootsie, Blue Sky, and Grey Gardens that solidified her status as one of the most talented actresses of her generation. Beyond her impressive filmography, Jessica Lange is known for her fearless approach to her roles, often navigating through complex and challenging characters. Her dedication to her craft has earned her 2 Academy Awards, 3 Emmys, and a Tony, making her one of the few performers to achieve the coveted Triple Crown of acting. That said, one of the most compelling examples of Lange's commitment to her art is her role in the 1982 film Frances. In this biographical drama, she portrayed Frances Farmer, a troubled actress whose career was marred by mental illness and institutionalization. Lange's portrayal of Farmer was both haunting and deeply empathetic, earning her critical acclaim with an Academy Award nomination. The film required Lange to push boundaries, including a daring nude scene that underscored the vulnerability and raw emotion of her character. This explicit scene was a bold choice, reflecting Lange's willingness to embrace difficult and provocative material to bring authenticity to her performance. Now let's move on to yet another remarkable talent whose unique contributions and unforgettable roles also left an unmistakable mark on the industry. Number 9. Denise Richards. Coming in at number 9 is Denise Richards. Known for her striking beauty and dynamic presence, Richards made a significant impact in the late 1990s with her, unforgettable roles. One of the most talked about moments in her career in the 1998 film Wild Things, where Richards went fully nude in a controversial threesome scene alongside fellow actress Neve Campbell. Make no mistake, conservative critics went wild. A raunchy scene of such scale was mostly unheard of, and they were dissatisfied with the sheer audacity of the thespians. Did Richards regret her actions, though? Certainly not. Reflecting on the experience years later, Richard talked at length about the complexities of filming such an intimate scene, especially under the scrutiny of the crew. According to her, the presence of a large crew made her uncomfortable, but the mutual support between the actresses made it a homely experience. Richards and Campbell protected each other during the shoot, navigating the delicate balance of vulnerability and professionalism. Perhaps surprisingly, though, her mother played a pivotal role during the challenging time. She encouraged and supported her daughter, giving Richards the confidence to pursue what she felt was right for her career. This support system allowed her to take bold steps without hesitation, knowing she had her family's backing. I guess it's true after all. There's no place like home.
I feel no love for you at all. I never thought that would ever happen, but it has.
Number 8. Diane Keaton. Moving on to another audacious icon, we've got none other than Diane Keaton, a woman who has consistently broken boundaries throughout her illustrious career. Known for her quirky charm, distinctive style, and remarkable versatility, Keaton has graced the silver screen with memorable performances in classics like Annie Hall, The Godfather, and Manhattan. However, it was her role in the 2003 hit film Something's Gotta Give that truly stunned audiences and critics alike. At 57 years old, Keaton did a full frontal nude scene, defying the typical Hollywood conventions about age and beauty. This daring choice not only showcased her confidence and comfort in her own body, but also challenged societal norms, proving that sensuality and vulnerability can be ageless. Her performance was both audacious and groundbreaking, earning her widespread acclaim and further solidifying her status as a daring trailblazer in the industry. But guess what? Keaton hasn't stopped there. Rather than falling back on her beliefs, she continues to embrace bold roles, unabashedly performing bedroom scenes and maintaining her stance that age should never limit an actor's artistic expression. As a matter of fact, she even boldly told the Daily Mail once, "Who says you can't do a bedroom scene in your 70s? Make of it what you will," but this statement encapsulates her fearless approach to her craft and her determination to push the boundaries of what is expected of older actresses in Hollywood. In any case, Diane Keaton's career is a bold testament to her unwavering spirit and her ability to reinvent herself while staying true to her unique persona. Can you guess who we've got next? Number 7. Gina Moret. The beautiful and ever-charming Gina Moret may have begun her illustrious career in the 1960s with Mexican classics like Mi novio se quiere Cesar and Enamorada de ti. But it was her entrance into the big leagues that truly set her on a wild path. Remember the 1969 horror film Night of the Bloody Apes? Well, that was her first major acting role, and boy, it was a baptism of fire. This film, notorious for its graphic content, featured Moret in a nude scene, which was both a daring and daunting experience for the actress, given she was only 21 at the time. On the movie's cover, viewers were given a glimpse of the extreme and explicit violence, including footage from an actual human heart transplant operation. In the United States, the distributor even added additional scenes of gore, amplifying the film's already intense reputation. Interestingly, however, Night of the Bloody Apes also marked a significant moment for lead actress Norma Lazareno, who filmed her first and only nude scenes for the role. She later recounted how she felt pressured into performing these scenes, surrounded by an unusually large male crew. Despite her discomfort, she agreed to full frontal nudity, driven by the belief that it was necessary for her role. However, Lazareno later discovered that the explicit shots were unlikely to be used due to censorship, leading her to suspect that the director had manipulated her for his own gratification. Fortunately for Lazareno, the explicit footage never surfaced. In contrast, Moret's accidental nudity did make it into the film, marking a significant moment in her career. Thankfully, despite the challenges and exploitation she faced, Moret's performance in Night of the Bloody Apes came with widespread acclaim, paving the way for her successful career in film, theater, and television, where she continues to be celebrated for her talent and resilience to this day.
I believe in.
Oh, that reminds me, that's what I came over here for. To, do what I believe in.
Number 6. Maria Rome. Elegant, classy, beautiful, yet criminally underrated, Maria Rome was a true gem in the world of acting. Born in Vienna, Rome graced the stage of the prestigious Vienna Burg Theater as a child actor, performing in classics like William Shakespeare's A Midsummer Night's Dream. She was so good that from ages 4 through 13, she shared the stage with some of Germany's most renowned actors, honing her craft and developing a deep love for the performing arts. Rome's transition from theater to film began at the age of 18, when she auditioned for producer Harry Alan Towers. Impressed by her beauty and talent, Towers cast her as the lead in several of his feature films. Her career quickly took off, and she became a sought-after leading lady across Europe, known for her stunning looks and extraordinary acting abilities. Often cast in roles that were both violent and erotically charged, Rome became a fixture in Towers' films. One of her most notable performances was in the 1969 controversial film 99 Women, in which Miss Rome engaged in explicit sex on screen. However, it was censored upon release. Despite the often challenging and provocative nature of her typecast roles, Rome's performances were always captivating, earning her acclaim and recognition throughout the film industry. Sadly, Maria Rome's life came to a tragic end in June 2018. After collapsing due to paralysis in her legs, she was hospitalized in Toronto. Tests revealed that she was suffering from acute leukemia and a tumor pressing against her spine, causing her paralysis. Although Rome initially believed she had sciatica, her condition deteriorated rapidly, and she passed away just days after being admitted to the hospital. Number 5. Jenny Agutter. Born on December 20th, 1952, Jenny Agutter's journey to stardom began at a young age. Her father, an officer in the British Army, led the family through various international postings, including Singapore, Cyprus, and Kuala Lumpur. This diverse upbringing perhaps laid the groundwork for Agutter's versatile acting career, which took off when she was just 12 years old. Discovered at Elmhurst Ballet School, she landed her first role in the adventure movie East of Sudan in 1964. Her career went wild from there, leading to more prominent roles, including the 1968 musical biography Star, where she impressed alongside Julie Andrews and Richard Crenna. However, it was her role in the critically acclaimed film 1971 Walkabout that marked a significant turning point in her career. In spite of being only 16 when the film was released, Agutter was made to shoot a nude swimming scene. She was visibly nervous and felt uncomfortable, but reluctantly agreed to take her clothing off and keep swimming while they filmed her from several angles. When she saw the film, she agreed it was the right decision because it portrayed her character's innocence. However, she was shocked to realize that the director had filmed the scene with such explicit detail. That same year, Agutter's talent was recognized at the 1972 Primetime Emmy Awards, where she won the award for Outstanding Performance by an Actress in a Supporting Role in Drama for her performance in 1971's The Snow Goose. 3 years later, she relocated to the United States to pursue a career in Hollywood. She quickly found success, starring in the Oscar-nominated film Logan's Run in 1976, which expanded her international appeal and solidified her status as a major talent in the film industry. But speaking of actresses who took bold steps in their careers, if you've enjoyed our deep dive into these fascinating stories so far, make sure you hit that subscribe button and turn on post notifications. By doing so, you'll stay updated with all of our latest videos, including more intriguing tales of Hollywood's most daring performances. It'll only take you a second.
When I was your age, before I ever did the counseling, I could look at people, complete strangers, and see their whole lives so clearly.
Number 4. Debbie Morgan. Up next is Debbie Morgan, a talented Hollywood actress whose career began with one of the worst forms of controversy. Born in North Carolina, Debbie was the granddaughter of a teacher and a butcher. The family, including her younger sister, moved to the Bronx during her childhood. Sadly, her life wasn't exactly a bed of roses. In a 1997 interview with People, she revealed the harsh reality of growing up with an alcoholic father who was often abusive to her mother before he died of leukemia in 1975. He may never have physically harmed Debbie and her sister, but the trauma of seeing her mother constantly flee from him left deep scars that took decades to heal. In any case, Debbie Morgan's debut came with the film Cry Uncle in 1971, a project that quickly became embroiled in scandal. And no, it wasn't primarily because of her explicit sex scene on screen. You see, despite her claims to be 19 when the film was shot, rumors suggested she might have been born in 1956, which would have only made her 14 at the time. As you'd expect, the heated allegations led to an investigation to determine her true age. But fortunately, it was confirmed that Debbie was indeed born in 1951, clearing all parties involved of any wrongdoing. Had the rumors been true, it could have derailed her career entirely. Despite this rocky start, Debbie Morgan went on to achieve significant acclaim in her acting career over the next 2 decades. As a matter of fact, she even won the Best Supporting Actress Award for her performance in Eve's Bayou at the 1998 Chicago Film Critics Association Awards. Number 3. Barbara Hershey. With a career spanning over 5 decades and showcasing her versatility across various genres, from westerns to comedies, Barbara Hershey showed time and time again that she could do it all. Born in Hollywood, Barbara was surrounded by the entertainment world from a young age. Her father was a horse racing columnist, and her diverse heritage included Jewish roots and Scots-Irish Presbyterian lineage. As the youngest of 3 children, Barbara's acting aspirations earned her the nickname Sarah Bernhardt from her family. Although she was an exceptionally smart student in school, she was particularly introverted as a child and often suppressed her acting talent. Luckily, her high school drama teacher recognized her potential and helped her find an agent, leading to her first role on Sally Field's television series Gidget at just 17. Adopting the stage name Barbara Hershey, she felt mixed emotions about her roles, expressing frustration at the inconsistent portrayal of her character. Nonetheless, she continued to land roles, including one in Doris Day's final feature film with 6 You Get Egg Roll and an episode of The Invaders. However, unlike many of the women we've talked about so far, Barbara Hershey has acted in several explicit scenes in multiple movies. She even went nude in 1971's The Pursuit of Happiness, Boxcar Bertha in 72, The Stuntman 8 years after that, and finally The Entity in 1982. Personally, I can't help but feel that Hershey's willingness to take on explicit roles in films showcases her remarkable versatility as an actress. She has consistently pushed her boundaries, diving into complex and challenging characters that demanded both emotional depth and physical courage, despite the fact that they conflicted with her otherwise reserved persona. Number 2. Eva Green. Known for her enigmatic charm and intense performances, the beautiful Eva Green has enchanted audiences with her captivating roles in films over the decades, including hits like Casino Royale and Penny Dreadful. Born on July 6, 1980 in Paris, France, she is the daughter of actress Marlene Jobert and dentist Walter Green, both of whom supported her decision to study acting at the St. Paul Drama School in Paris and the Webber Douglas Academy of Dramatic Art in London. Eva Green's boldness as an actress was starkly evident in her role in 2003's The Dreamers, directed by Bernardo Bertolucci. The film marked her first significant foray into explicit scenes, where she embraced nudity and eroticism as integral elements of her character. Despite her self-described shyness, Eva trusted Bertolucci's vision, having admired his previous works like The Last Tango in Paris. She described the experience as liberating, explaining that she had to let go of her inhibitions, forget the presence of the film crew around her, and immerse herself fully in the role, almost as if she were under a spell. This fearlessness carried over into her later work, most notably in 2014's Sin City, A Dame to Kill For, where her nude scenes also caused quite a stir. Similarly to Barbara Hershey, Eva Green's ability to navigate these challenging roles with grace and authenticity underscores her versatility and commitment to her craft, making her a truly remarkable figure in the world of cinema. But before we go into the top pick for this video, did you know that Eva Green is fascinated with art collections? Yep, you heard that right. If she's not killing it in front of the silver screen, she spends her time collecting icons and artwork, adding a layer of depth and curiosity that extends beyond her on-screen persona. Plus, she is also an accomplished pianist, having played since childhood. She can really do it all.
A man being rich is like a girl being pretty. You might not marry a girl just because she's pretty, but my goodness, doesn't it help?
Number 1. Marilyn Monroe.
It's men like
Did you think we could ever leave out one of the most iconic actresses of all time? Of course not. It's Marilyn Monroe we're talking about here. As one of the most recognizable and influential figures in Hollywood history, Monroe's impact extends far beyond her roles as the quintessential blonde bombshell of the 1950s and 60s. Born Norma Jean Mortensen, Monroe's journey to becoming a cultural icon and a pristine sex symbol is the stuff of legend. Despite the tight censorship rules of the golden age of Hollywood, she managed to break boundaries and embrace her status as a sex symbol. Her career saw her embodying characters that were both comedic and seductive, but she also ventured into more serious and dramatic roles, showcasing her versatility as an actress. Monroe's first foray into nudity on screen came with the 1961 neo-Western movie The Misfits, directed by John Huston, where she starred opposite Clark Gable and Montgomery Clift. There's a famous scene where Monroe, in a moment of spontaneity, drops the sheets while in bed, revealing herself. Although the scene was filmed, it didn't make the final cut of the movie, leaving critics and audiences alike to ponder what could have been. But hold on a second, guys, there's more. A year later, Monroe took another bold step in George Cukor's film Something's Gotta Give. This movie, a remake of the 1940s comedy My Favorite Wife, features Monroe in a memorable scene where her character Ellen swims naked to entice her estranged husband. Alas, the film remained unfinished due to Monroe's tragic and untimely death, thus removing the possibility of the scene ever making it to the big screen. If you have enjoyed this video, don't forget to hit the like button and share your thoughts in the comments below on any name you'd have loved to have us mention. And don't go anywhere just yet, there's plenty more to uncover. Click on the video on your screen now for another deep dive into the secrets behind Hollywood's most fascinating stars.